All right, good morning. We've got 3 minutes before the open on Wednesday, August 8th. We've got some news, some minor news coming out in a half hour, around 9 o'clock. So we will watch and see what the market wants to do as per usual. Let's look here. If I move the chart, we can see green dotted line is overnight high, which we put in probably about a half hour ago. Red dotted line is overnight low, which looks like it would have been last night sometime, maybe around like 7 o'clock Central, 7 p.m. Central time. Respected that 84, 85 level again. If we look at our 15-minute chart, we can see that this was the area yesterday where we bounced down here with this wick and then went up nicely, and then actually did end up being rotational yesterday, which I had a hunch we would. I was just a little baffled as we just pushed up higher and higher, but then a big sell-off later in the day, and that was that. Let's see. Yeah, down to 0120, and then just fell right back down. So overnight, they tried pressing it lower, couldn't do it, and here we are, up here near the overnight highs. Don't have a thesis yet, don't have anything I'm looking to do just yet. As I've mentioned before, I'm looking to take anywhere from 0 to 2 trades per day. I want to be more selective. I will be more selective. I am going to be writing out my trades. We'll be kind of going through some of this stuff here as well. I've got my face in the way there. Oops, wrong one. Let's see. Trying to move that guy. So we can read that. Should be able to see that. I'll move my head back in that upper corner here in a minute. But I'm not going to worry too much about writing the day pre-market. Sometimes it's hard to get a feel for what the market could do. But at some point, I want to write out a main idea for regular trading hours, and then I'll kind of rate that idea. How good on a scale of 1 to 10 do I feel about that idea? And then we'll just grade the trades that I'm taking. I'll be sure to mention my entry level and sizing, stop placement, profit target. Was I following the process well? Was I being rigid, or was I being someone who goes with the flow and is reading the market? Then we'll look at the profit target accuracy, because that can be a big issue as well. When you're getting in a trade and then you get out of it instead of letting the trade work. So we'll look at our targets. Did I adjust it if the market warranted? Was emotional capital reserve? That is a big one. Not only do we want to preserve financial capital, but we want to and need to preserve emotional capital so that we can function at our highest levels. So let's get into it, let the market open, and see what we're going to do. Got just a few minutes here, or a few seconds. All right, there's our open. And as mentioned before, with trading, there's a lot of just waiting. A lot of waiting. A lot of patience required. As always, I'll mark the first minute of trade with, we call that the opening range. I've just got the 1 minute chart here. I will at times move back and forth from the 1 minute to the 5, sometimes the 15, just to show context and help people see what I'm looking at. Alright, there's our first minute of trade. And let me mark this guy out. Here we are at 18. That was an important level the other day. We earlier in the day, well, probably around like 11 yesterday, that 18 level, it spiked down to it, held, and let's see if we can't push them lower here. And we'll remember too that we can and will have a winning performance every single day. Simply by knowing that a winning performance, we define it as just watching and observing without emotion. So just letting the market unfold, letting it show us what it wants to do, not fearing that we'll miss the move, and then simply executing with stops and targets in place. Plenty of day in the trading day, plenty of time, right? We're 3 minutes in, and sometimes you can just feel like, boy, I want to catch it. I want to be involved with this move. I've got to make something happen. And more times than not, the market will set up and it'll give you an opportunity. I've done longer term trading with stocks and options, and it was never any problem for me to take a loss, to know exactly where I was right and wrong. And for me, the final frontier is really day trading, doing shorter term time frames. But I find it's the most difficult psychologically to put a trade on and then watch it move against you, and watch it do its thing, or do what you expected but not do it as quickly or take longer. So it definitely takes a lot of patience, a lot of discipline. But I do remind myself too, when looking at longer term time frame stocks, you gotta wait weeks, months sometimes for a nice setup to come along. Whereas as I'm watching the S&P 500 futures, the E-mini, it's a good reminder that, hey dude, like if you see something, you might have to wait a few minutes or an hour or a half hour, or you might have to wait a few hours, but sooner or later something will come along. And if you miss something, hey, there's going to be another trade somewhere waiting around the corner. So be patient, let stuff set up, and act accordingly. I find myself too in the mornings having, coming in with a bias. Now some mornings it's easy to be biased for a certain direction. Most mornings not, for me at least. So often I feel like even this morning I have a little bit of a bias, but it's so early in the day. I want to give the market some time to set up, to prove itself, to show me what it wants to do. Had a bias that yesterday would be rotational. After about the first half hour, looked like it was going to trend there for a while, but then come around, 11:15, 11:30, it just broke, and around 11:30, it became rotational. So here we are, back at this level, right, kind of where we broke out of yesterday. You could argue too that there's a quote from a book I'm reading. It's called "With Winning in Mind." It's a great book on mental management and performance, and the gentleman writing it says that you could argue that we win whenever we advance down the road to achievement. That's interesting. We win whenever we advance down the road to achievement. So, are you advancing down the road in your trading path, in your trading journey? Are you making wise decisions? Are you letting your stops work for you? Out of the gate, pretty strong here with the 5-minute bar. Oh, let me get this back in the screen here. There we go. So I watched a lot of the 5-minute, 15, and the 1 minute. Of course, I look at the daily for kind of an overall bird's eye view. All right, so far, market just pushing up. I'd say the bulls wanted above this 27.5 level, which is right about here, just a little bit higher. So most of the trades that I take, especially as I'm working on being more selective, I've just got to give the market a while to set up. Okay, big pop here, pushing up. And in the last 3.5 minutes, we've pushed up about 13 points so far. So 5-minute moving up well, 15-minute doing the same. I would assume NASDAQ is following suit. And let's see if we could have a strong trend day today. We'll see. I'll give it a little bit more time before I write down some thoughts. So, oops, get this where you can see it. So we won't worry too much about rating of the day pre-market. Let's get rid of that. But we will look at this here in a minute. Main idea during RTH, regular trading hours. Got another 20 minutes till we get this news out. Market looking pretty strong here. I feel like the bulls want to keep this thing above 18. Here's our 18 level. We'll see if they can do that. I'm gonna watch it down here around 22. I might consider getting in for a long and feeling I'd be wrong much below 18. I'm gonna give it just a minute to set up though. Still looking to snag a long here. Haven't committed yet. I want to give the chart just a minute or so. almost filled, looking to come a little bit lower to get me filled. Okay, I'm filled here at 23.5. I'm wanting to see us stay above 18. So my thesis is that we push up a bit. Would like to see this 5-minute bar close strong. Take out the highs, put in some new higher levels. Got a pretty nice fill on this guy. I don't want to see it get below 18. Got my stop at 17. So nice tight 5-point stop. Really don't want to see the pullback come too much below this here. We're going to give it some time, let the trade try to work itself out. Yeah, for the structure of that 5 minute to stay in place, I really needed to not retrace much more than it is right here. All right, to show any kind of strength, I feel it's got to get above this overnight high rather quickly. So we're going to just give it a little room, let it work itself out. It's been only 2 minutes I've been in the trade, so not too long. Sign of strength is that we get up above the overnight high and stay there. So we'll see if this level kind of curls down lower, hangs out here, and then thrusts up higher. Still got a little bit to go on the 5-minute chart. Not liking the price action here though. Pretty close to getting stopped out. Stop is at 17. So we'll see what happens. Okay, I'm stopped out on that one. It was 17.25 actually. It's a bigger retracement than I thought would occur. So we were looking kind of bullish out of the gate there. Now we've retraced a bit more than I thought. So we'll go to our scorecard here, see what's going on, and perhaps I made a judgment too early. You know, sometimes you get involved and you're just a little early. Let's see if 16 holds here. I'm going to try getting involved one more time. Going to keep my stop right here at this level. Want to see it push above this. So let's see if the bulls can resume suit here, push this up higher. My stop, hard stop is here at 16. Kind of move that stop up a little bit more now. See if we can continue up a little bit higher. Five-minute looking decent here. I'm going to scale out a little bit at 26. Didn't get it just a little late to the party there. Let's see what we can do. Just scale out at 20%, not much of it. I'm still in 70%, 7-0, yeah. And we'll see if we can get a bull run here or if we're gonna push down. Not really liking this price action too much. Stick with it and see if it works itself out. The remainder of the position I got on, I'm going to give it down to that 18 level. Not liking the price action here too much. We've got another 7 minutes before our news comes out. So let's see if we can't blast off higher. Let's see if the bulls can't put something together and go from there. Want to see it hold this 22 level. I'm going to tighten my stop up now, pull it up a little bit. Alright, got a tight stop on here, just a little bit below this node. See if we can't push up and then take off. I'm going to trail one a little bit here. Seeing if we can't blast off. Okay, I'm still in 40% of this thing. I trailed a little bit, kind of kept a tight trail on it, and excuse me, I'm still in 60%. Got my stop now, right here at this 21, we'll call it. If it gets below 21, I'm not too interested at this point. We'll try to give it some wiggle room and let it work itself out. Push higher. See if we can make a little bit of money. Five-minute looking decent. 15-minute looking all right. Here's our, let's see. So we got 1 minute on the right, 15-minute here on the left. Came up, big rejection here at 29, push back, and then we'll see if we can't continue, push higher. Bulls want to get it above this 30 level. Let's see if that happens. See if they can make it do that. Feels like we'll push higher. Be nice to get a bit of a move here before this news comes out. Not that it's like big market moving news, but could have a nice pop. It's always nice when you're in a position, it works out for you, it goes in your favor, and then you take some off the table, news happens, and then it just adds a little fuel to the fire. But again, news isn't supposed to be too big. Watch it here, see what happens. It's getting rejected at 30 so far. Or there's at least some stuff going on there, some sellers taking profit, I suppose. So on this one so far, we've made up for the loss of that first trade we had on. Now we're looking to see if we can't push higher. the bulls need to do it pretty soon, though. Well, I've said this before on this trade. Again, I don't like this price action. I'm going to stick with it. We've got another minute and 40 until we get our news that comes out. So the hope for me would be, the desire would be that here on this 5-minute chart, we can close this 5-minute candle right here, close this guy strong, and then continue trend upward. Kind of going through that flush down the other day. So again, I'd like to see this guy end strong and try to trail it up. I'm going to move part of my stop up a little bit, knowing that things can get a little bit wonky with news. And after that, if it takes me out, I'll only be in remaining 50% of my position. See if we can't trail this guy higher. News is coming out in 30 seconds. Feels like it wants to push higher. Got my stops up quite a bit tighter now. Here comes our news. Let's see if we pop it. All right. So got flushed out of that one. News came out, pushed a bit lower, and moved my stops up, so I'm out of this one completely. Turned out to be a profitable trade and made up for that first one where we had a loss. All right. So again, bulls wanted above this 18 level. Pretty big down move on the 5-minute here. I will probably look for a retracement to try to get short. Not yet, though. I want to see what develops and ensues. I feel like that 24 level is nice. So main thesis for the day was that we'd be bullish. It's not that we aren't, we still could push up, but bulls are definitely having a harder time, and I'm wondering if we don't take it down a bit here. Question is, where am I wrong? So where would price have to go for me to be wrong? And then what's a target? What's a good target? If I can't answer those questions, I don't want to be involved. All right, here's the bulls' chance. The chance for the bulls to push it higher, make something happen. Here we go, looking pretty bullish to me now. All right, let's see if the bulls don't just push it higher. We're up by that 37 area, which is where the sell-off started the other day. Well, there was our news. Let's main idea during the day. So I'm not going to fill this out just now, but process was followed well on these. Initial entry level was here at 22. Kind of thought this was it right here. Thought that was it. Wanted to give it down to 18 or 17 actually, which I did. And got stopped out, saw this big move up, and then got involved here at 22 again. And skilled some out along the way. Had my stop pretty tight, but seems like we could potentially be bullish. So, but let's do this one for the first trade. So first entry level was 22 half or 23 half. So on that, I'd give it a, give it a 1. Sizing was appropriate. I sized up a little bit. Stop placement, was it at a structural level? 17 was, yeah. I'll say 0.5 on that one. Profit target hit, 0. Was I following the process? Well, this one's probably most important. Give that one a 1. Let's revisit here. We'll come back to this in a second. Wonder if we don't blast off from here. Wouldn't mind putting in a buy order here and a tight stop down to 30 perhaps. But again, we're not going to get in a rush, not going to get in a hurry. Markets come up quite a bit from this level, so could be that there's a trade and we don't get involved. And like I was saying earlier, you know, when we're looking at day trading within the course of a day, there's usually a few opportunities. Some days there's more than others, but if you miss something, it's okay. Something else will come along. Still got another 2 minutes until we put in a new 5-minute bar. I want to be patient enough to get involved where I see something that I really like. I may try entering a long here. I'm going to go ahead and enter. Wanting to see it stay above 30. Close to putting a wick in on the 5 minute. Would like to see this 5 minute end strong. If it doesn't, I might bounce out of this thing. Gonna keep a tight leash on this guy now. So I want to see it push higher here with this. Got my stop right at this level. I'll be the first to admit I'm not the greatest with breakout trades, and I'm more of an outside in type of guy. I feel bullish, and I want to see if the market can continue to push higher, but don't want to pull back to just ruin me and get me out. So we'll see if we can continue chugging higher here. So in this one, I'm involved at 33.5. Stop is really tight at 32. Perhaps I might lower it a little bit, but would like to see it just continue to push higher. Feel like there's potential to have a big up move for the day. Looking to take out the high of 47. I might give my stop a little bit more room here. And we still got another 2.5 minutes left to go on the 5 minute bar. $15-minute looking pretty bullish here. Here's our 15 on the left. Here's our 1 minute on the right. Want to see if the bulls hold it here. I've got a tight leash on this guy. Still got another half minute to go on the 5 minute. Want to see that 5 minute end strong in order to continue its way up. Try to buy some more right here. I'm going to hold tight against this 32 level. Feel like this is make or break for the bulls right here. I'm going to tighten up my other stop as well. So my stop now is right here at this 32 level, pretty tight. Went in with a little bit bigger size to see, figured my risk to reward on it is good. So if we take it out, we take it out. If we don't, we blast off, get a nice payday. Not looking good here though. Looks like I'm stopped out on that guy. Still like it long here though. Alright, gonna look for a retracement where I can get involved and try to do something again to the long side. Pretty big move on the 5 minute now. Glad I kept a tight stop there. Big move, 10-point move here to the downside on the 5 minute. When what should happen doesn't, right? WWSHD. So right here, this was the spot. This is where the bulls should have taken it, pushed it higher. They have it now, and selling off a pretty good amount, especially on this 5 minute. Really coming down hard and strong. Let's see what we do up here at 28, if we pop to 28. Oh, the importance of having a stop in place, right? Holy cow. You got a thesis, you're long, you think that it should push up, it doesn't, and then you don't have a stop in place. Ugh, you're in trouble. Look out. So big move here on the 5-minute bar. Big move down. I'm looking for a little bit of a pop up to try to enter a short again. Although I must say I'm having a hard time reading this market, so it may be best to just step back, wait, hang tight. No need to be impatient. You'll know it when you see it. Let's see what they do up here at 28. Let's watch that level. Pretty good about face there. Pretty good. We're going to see if we can't get a little bit of a pop to get short here now. Still got another minute left on the 5-minute bar. Looking for a spot to get involved with the short side. I'm going to sell some here actually. Looking at our 1 minute, thinking that we can continue pushing lower. I'll look to get involved a little bit more if we can pop up to this 26 area. like a fine wine, right? You got to give it a little time. We're firming up here. We're not really not moving much. Really want to see this thing stay below 28. Here we go. Popping right back up. My goodness. Pretty close to being stopped out on this guy now. Goodness sake, this is just back and forth, in and out. Wonky day. I'll look to lighten up if we get a pullback, but we're back above this this level right here. Boy, that's gonna be it for me. I'm done. Diggity done. Mike, are you still involved? Sorry, I just now pulled the chat up. Mike has said, I'm long at 21 with a 45 target. Was that a while ago? I can't see what time that was. What's up, Ben D? There we go, down the chute. I'm gonna try to sell it now. I'm wrong above 32. Uno más tiempo. Man, some big moves, big flushes. Goodness sake. There we go. Let's see the flush here. See if they can flush them out. 5 minutes, pretty ugly. Now I want to see it stay below that 28 level. All right, let's see if we can get some action here to the downside. So 28, want to see it stay below that. Looking for a continuation lower. Looking to potentially take out lows of the day. Got some pretty wonky movements here. Keep in mind too that anything can happen and something will happen, right? As has been seen, as has been displayed. It's got these big wicks on the 5 minute. Let's look at our 5. Got the up, big wick down, up, wick there. Whatever this is, retraced, and then we're right back here under 28. So let's see if we can't stay under 28 and then sell off. That's what I'm looking for. Looking where I can add to this guy. Might be able to add right here against 24. I'm not going to, I'm just holding what I've got. But we'll see what the 5 minute does here. There we go. It's a nice push lower. Watching the 5 minute, let's see if we can get close to taking out lows of the day. I'm gonna scale out just a little bit here at 14 half, or 15 rather. I'm still in 80% of this position. There we go. That was the move. All right, let's see if the 5 minute. Be nice if it doesn't firm up. Be nice if it just plunges through our low. So again, here's our 5 minute. Add wick, push down, head fake here, and then liked it as it got below 28 there. So let's give it a minute. I don't want to see it firm up. I'd like to see it just push a bit lower here, but you can't always get what you want. Just trying to read the market, trying to understand what it's doing, what it wants, what it's trying to do. Let's look at our 15-minute chart here. There we are, right back. Man. Well, that 14 or 15 was a good scale out level. Pretty big buyers there. I've just got the rest of this thing at break even. Guess I had my chance to get a good payday, but boy, had a nice 10-point move, got out of 20%, was looking for a bigger breakdown, and didn't get it. Going to try to scale out of a little bit more of this if we can pull back lower. This wick stinks. Don't like that wicky. Got another 30 seconds till we put in a new 5-minute bar. I'm holding what I got here just against this 23. Would love to see it end lower here, but it was such a big wick that I'm not holding my breath. So trying to trail some a little bit lower, see what we can get. Would like to see it break 18, but I don't think we're going to get that. So I'm out of a little bit more right there. I'm holding, still holding some against this 24 level. See if we can continue. All the wicks though, I don't like those. So see what happens. So I'm still holding 40% of this thing. I've got the rest of it here at my break even, which is 23, and see if this is perhaps the push that we were looking for. If that gets taken out, then I'll be done with this guy. Goodness gracious. Holy smokes. Back and forth. Kind of just some random moves out of nowhere. Yeah, Ben D, I agree, man, with Ben D says with candle ranges so far, it's hard to see any pattern. Absolutely. So was biased to the long side earlier. Market showing some weakness here. As long as we stay below 24, I'm biased to the short side. I've got my stop on the remainder 40% right here at my break even on that trade. Scaled out of some at, scaled out only 20% of it here at 15. Got kind of dicey here, and scaled out some more here at 18. And considering, I'm not going to get out of any more right here. I'll try to give it some legs, give it some leash. Still got another, 2 minutes till we get a new 5-minute bar. Watching this 5-minute for some context. Yep, probably should have scaled this in there at 16. I thought about it, didn't do it. Wanted to see if I could hold it and get something going to the short side, but not just yet for me. Not just yet. Another minute on the 5-minute bar. Bulls wanted above this 24 level. It is the overnight high. See if they hold it and push us higher. I don't know, I feel like it's a little liquidation break, like we could be revisiting highs, trying to push higher still. All right, my little stop is stopped out. I'm considering a long. I'd be wrong below 16. I'm going to try it in a small amount. Some long here at 22. Wrong below this level right here. I'm in a smaller amount. We'll see if the bulls can get it higher now. Bulls want it above this 28 level. Just a bunch of chop back and forth. Big chop, volatile chop. Maybe both sides are scratching their heads on this one. Right? Both sides might be scratching their heads. Well, let's look at the 5 minute. Let me turn this into a 5 minute little assessment here. Goodness sakes. So, big push down here by the bears, liquidation break. I don't know, who knows. Pop up. I wanted to get short. I was short, got stopped out. Saw this big push down and thought, okay, here we go. So got involved short, scaled out of some here, tried to leave a runner on, and anyone who was short, I think the uncle point came right here when we couldn't take out the low of the day. So it's been pretty volatile. We'll see if we can't push up higher and continue in a bullish way. But at this point I'm long. I'm wrong if we get below 15 and a half. I'm in a smaller amount now and gonna see if we can ride it up. Maybe we put in a new high of the day after all. Maybe we don't. Maybe we just get crazy and rotate. So far, there's no reason to think that we wouldn't be rotational with the market as choppy as it is. My thesis, though, at this point, let's look at the daily. Here's our daily chart. My thesis is that, so from this morning, I was bullish, thinking if the bulls want to try, today could be a day where we've had some back and forth, some big, like wonky moves, but I'm wondering if the bulls don't try to make it happen today and push above and kind of go into like uncharted territory, so to speak. Try to get up, push up higher. So that's the thought process. I'm gonna give this one some room, see if it can run, and make a little bit on it. If we can push up to new highs within the next 5-10 minutes, I will consider moving my stop higher. Time frame on this one is going to be, rest of the day. So if my thesis is correct, if we do get strong and push up higher, I'll just let it ride, see what happens. We've certainly had some shakeouts, haven't we? Man. Remember, I was getting long here thinking, okay, this could be it. Kept a real tight stop and I was in it pretty large, really sized up. Didn't see it happen. Happy I had a stop right there because this is where we should have pushed up higher. I might try to get involved a little bit more to the long side. I'm gonna buy just a little bit more here. So yeah, this is on the 1 minute. This is where we should have done our thing and pushed up higher. Continue down with it. We didn't. So ideally, I want to see us get back up into this 32 to 36 range and then see if the bulls can't take it from there. Pretty soon I'll probably move my stop up to 22. Want to see how this 15-minute bar closes out. Here's our 15-minute on the left side. Would like to see this guy end strong, get up here. If that happens, then I'll be trailing and move my stop from this recent low to 22. Next obstacle for bulls is, going to be right here, this spike up higher. Call it like 31.75 or 32. Oh, what a morning it's been, huh? What a morning. Man, Taxi, that's the truth. Both ways are paying. It's been hard to be on the right side of this thing. It's been tricky to be on the right side of it this morning. Almost another 5 minutes left until it's the top of the hour. Yeah, today you can be long, you're getting paid. You can be short, you're getting paid. You just got to be on the right side of it. One moment. Bulls do it here. Bulls, what you got for me? See if they do it. Maybe a tight stop below this 25. I don't know. See if they push her up. Holy crikey. See if we hold it. Tempted to try to level it to size up, and I'd be wrong below this line right here. But I added some here earlier, so gonna give it a minute and see. Been a hard one to figure. I'm gonna try to buy a little bit more. Gonna size up here. All right, bulls, let's see what you got. Got another 3 minutes till we get a new 5-minute bar. Want to see if this little spike right here can hold, and then if we get a push up higher, that's what I'm looking for. That extra little piece that I just put on, I'm gonna keep a tight stop right here at like 24.5. The rest of it I'll hold a little bit longer, but I don't trust it. Don't trust it. All right, another 2 minutes. See if the bulls can pull it together here and make something happen. Another minute and 20 till we get a new 5-minute bar. Looking for this 5-minute bar to end strong. Get us then up into the 30s. Not looking like it's going to work out. Today, just been back and forth. To and fro. To and fro. Good thing is I'm only trading 10 of the mini contracts. So, just playing. Just kidding. I'm moving my stops up a little bit now. After this run up, was wanting to see some good movement upward. All right, Bulls, what you got? You got it in the tank? You got it in you? You gonna take it higher? Feels like a yes. They gonna do it? Let's see if they run them here. They can't. They don't. Alright, this is where it needs to happen for the Bulls. This is it right here. That little bit I added, stop's going to be moved up to 26. The bigger pieces I got on, stop's going to be moved up to 22. They got to do it here. Actually, the bigger pieces, stop's going to be moved up to 25 here in a minute. All right, let's see if we can push higher. Yeah, that's a good level for the stop. Now we sit back and wait, let the market do its thing. Let's see if NASDAQ wants to join the party. NASDAQ's on its highs too, so feels like we move higher. I've been wrong before, as you have all seen this morning. All right, Bulls need to get it up into this 34, 36 area. It's been so wonky, I'm going to sell just a tiny bit right here. Not much. I'm still in 90% of my position, and initially I got into 50%. go. Almost out of this guy. I'm gonna sell a little bit more right here, and some more right here. So I'm certainly wrong if we take out this 25 level. Wondering if I don't get short here. Let's see what we do. Wonky is the word, isn't it? Goodness sake. Now I've got my spike or my stop below this level, this 26. Gonna sell a little bit more right there at 30. Alright, I'm still holding 60% of it. Stops right at this level. So 33, right? That if we look here at 33, that's where we should have went long earlier, right? It was curling, looking like it was getting ready to go long. Came up to there, sell off. I don't know, who knows on a day like today. Maybe that's a liquidation break right there, and then we come back up, resume. But at this point, my stop on this guy is at 26.5, right at the bottom of this node right here, and we'll see what we can do. This has been a market where you watch it, you look away for 3 seconds, and then you look at it again and think, oh, we're bullish, oh, we're bearish, we're rotating. Hard one to call. Hard one to call. We're this, we're that, we're that, we're this. I don't know. See if they can get it above 32. Pop the top. Get the bulls going. If they can, if we can put in new highs of the day, I'll be looking to try to hold it, let it run. Figure my risk to reward is decent. Want to see how this 5 minute ends. Got another 2 minutes on the 5 minute bar. Let's look at it over here. Here's our 5 minute. At this point, my stop's right here, 26.5. Ideally, I'd like to see this guy in strong, get up into here, and then just take out new highs, put in new highs of the day, and drift higher still. Think this could be it, boys and girls. Let's see if the thesis is proven correct. So if you're inclined to get long here, you could do it. You'd be wrong against 26, I believe. Getting back up into this area. We're trying to at least. 5 minute looking good, like it wants to move now. I'll buy a little bit more here. A few more seconds left on the 5 minute. Let's see if we can't push him up now. Gotta give it a little time, right? Just like a dog running, gotta give it a little leash. NASDAQ looks like it's trying to push higher just like the S&P. A lot of clicking on my end. All right, S&P, let's see if you can do it here. Let's see if we can push it higher. Trying to take out some highs. Okay, original thesis of the day. Bullish. Still haven't taken out highs yet, though. Trying, but haven't done it. So today we still got to get up to 41, 42. $15-minute looking good. 5-minute looking good. Again, daily today, I guess blink your eyes and that could change. All right, let's see if we can get this thing going higher now. Still got another 2 minutes on the 5-minute bar. Let's see if we can just blast off and put in a new high. Looks like NASDAQ's running higher. 15-minute, let's look at our 15, looking good here. So there's our 15 looking nice. Good retrace there. Then continuation higher. Try not to get too rattled. Again, we've had so much like back and forth that I'm tempted to want to try to scale out of a little bit here, but wanting to hold this guy and give it some wiggle room. Let it see if it can run for a ways. Remember, my goal initially was to just hold this to the end of the day and see if we can just stay strong, keep pushing higher, keep moving up. But I might scale up a little bit. I'm gonna sell just a little bit right here. I'm still in 90% of my position. Sell a little bit more right there. I did do that ad earlier. All right. Oh, let's see if we can move higher here. That's great. All right, let's go back to the 1 minute here to see what we're looking at. So I've scaled out of some up here at 38, scaled out of 30%, but still holding 70% of it. Want to see it stay above 28, 41.28. Really call it 26. So stop's going to be at 26.5. And I'm getting ready to walk away for the day and let the stock work out, or let the trade work itself out. Get rid of these drawings, remove this one, remove this one. So let me drag my 15 minute onto the screen here. Got the 1 minute on the right. Let's make this chart a little bit bigger. And so the thought for today was that we'd be bullish looking at the 15-minute, wondering if this isn't somewhat of a, like a cup and handle, hanging out and then trying to probe higher. Next hurdle for the bulls is going to be this 42, then 47, and from there it'd be great if we could take that out and then just continue higher. So I'm going to wrap it up. My stop is I've got it at 26.5. If it gets below that, I don't want to be involved. I don't want it, but potentially should even be at 28. But structurally, that's a good level, one I'm pleased with. And we'll see if I can't hook a decent one here. It'd be great to come back to the charts later in the day and see that we're a good ways higher. But with a morning like this morning, I'm reminded that anything can happen and something will happen. A little line back below our line there. Oh boy, trying to do it. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for me. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you traded well. It's been a lot this morning, so try to be a bit more patient tomorrow. Divergences galore, says Tech T. Tech. I got a call here I got to do in like 9 minutes, so I'm going to wrap it up. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great rest of your day. Trade well. Keep your stops in place. Don't undertrade. Don't overtrade. I will do it again. Hasta luego.